Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25, and yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes, so ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude honey.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Tell me when to come in.
Remember, they're just jokes.
Start packing my bags. We're leaving today. I'm going to see Ricky Gervais in New York, New York. The adventurous vans are heading that way. I'm dragging my boys through the street of New York, New York. I wanna run through Central Park with some Yankee dads.
Hey, I'm running fucking in.
While the boys are in their rooms on their iPads. These small town gripes, they'll all fade away. I'll be ooh la la Tom Mays. New York, New York, York. If I can survive it there, while my boys really do not care. You're a huge whatever. New York, New York. Ricky Gervais.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is an early Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch, we love this guy, and he seems to have a bag of something next to him. You never know what it's going to be in there. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Orlando Talk Show, it is comedian Ross McCoy.
Perhaps a bag of tricks.
Could be a bag of tricks. Do they still use the Trix Rabbit? Is he still a...
I haven't seen a cereal commercial in a number of years.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think they do that anymore.
I think the cereal marketing budget is dried up.
Yeah. Your
think
kids eat cereal?
they don't as much.
Yeah, Maisie does. She used to, but not so much anymore.
Because I'm constantly trying to get them protein. Max is a vegetarian, so and then Tommy, whatever. I'm just like, so I cook them eggs every morning.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
which
eggs
is
are
probably
good.
bad for them.
Why?
No, eggs are good.
Buttery eggs,
Nah, I think it's
fried.
fine.
Butter's good. Eggs are good.
I think it's fine. No, I think you're overthinking
I get better
it.
than just sugar, nothing.
Oh
Yeah, I would say fat, butter, and eggs way better than anything sugar or carbs. Yeah.
So we are doing the Friday Free Show a day early, and it's because I'm going to New York City tomorrow.
You are.
And a couple things.
Why?
Well,
We've got a perfectly good city right here, Tom.
I know.
I don't know if you've looked around.
Never been to New York City, and then Crystal got me the Ricky Gervais tickets, which I was asking Ross, like, he's only doing 3 stops in the United States. Like,
2 of them in New York.
Yeah, and then 1 in L.A. And so, and it's not even like a huge Ricky Gervais fan that much. It's not like I'm like, oh, I gotta, but it was me and Crystal walked.
Why are you downplaying it? I mean, this guy's already shitting on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even a big fan, so I don't even really want to go.
He's just like supporting other atheists.
Yeah, I'm just going there to support Crystal because she got the seats, but I don't really want to do it.
Like,
Yes, you do. You want to go,
I know I do want to go. I want to see him, but it
but
wouldn't
not
be
that much.
No, I do. It just wouldn't be something like it seems.
You
like
would have never
flying
picked
to
it.
New York would be like is because like you must be a diehard Gervais,
Yeah.
And then it was, but I like
They call
the
them
adventure.
vase faces.
Anyway.
They're called vase faces.
So a couple things that
God, why can't you just go and enjoy it? Why did it have
I
to
was
already
enjoying
be
it.
like, I do not know if I would have selected this. I'm not sure
No,
I would have, but I'm going.
So I'm excited to see big city homeless people. We talked about this before
Yes,
because the one.
You hear that, Ricky Gervais? He's not excited to see you. He's excited to see all those
That's why I'm
people.
glad you're here. That's why I'm glad you're here.
Well, no, because
See, Ross speaks fluent Tom as
Yeah.
well, and it's really nice to have the 3 guys back together. We started like fucking around a little bit. This guy's gonna start calling you on your shit. And let's start fucking around.
And
He's been talking for 2 hours this morning about big city homeless.
Yeah, well, they have wheelchair homeless, which we
Yes.
don't get in
We
Florida.
don't get that.
Think about it.
You might even see the most rare. Do you know what the most rare is? And
What?
it dried up. Eddie Murphy had a character of this. They were in movies all the time. You might see the elusive black skateboard.
Yeah,
homeless.
the cart
the
guy.
kids.
Black skateboard homeless is the man who has no legs, but he uses
Yeah.
a skateboard to get around really fast,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he uses his hands.
Yeah.
And in the 80s, black no legs homeless on a skateboard was the mwah.
Yeah. I saw
Chef's
that
kiss.
in the movie Kids,
Yes.
which I watched way too early in the
Yeah. I want to say Eddie Murphy pretended to be one, and then
In that stock movie.
Trading Places.
That one.
Yep. Boom. There you go. You might see that, dude.
We
I
have-
know.
You might say, I said this to Tom and he agreed. You might see homeless woman titty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bird. They got bird homeless.
Bird homeless.
Like they have either.
I'm pretty sure all birds live outside, Tom.
no. Where they somehow have made birds their pets.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, they're made birds? Like
Yeah.
they've killed another bird?
Well, no, they're
Boy,
like
the big
they
city, dude.
outstretch their arms and the birds land on them as minions.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you reach a certain amount of filth, birds will just land on you.
I may be getting all this from Home Alone. I don't know that much. But I know we saw a bird homeless in Seattle and a guy eating a bird head.
We did. He
He
was holding it and kind of crunching it like you would a sandwich.
Yeah, and then he had him in his pockets.
And he was like, it was kind of like, and then we were trying to buy you a cell phone charger. So we went into Target and we were horrified of that man.
Also, let me ask, Ross, have you been to New York?
I've been through on a train once. Like we ate lunch in Penn Station. That was about as close
That's
as I
kind of
got.
cool. I mean, I've only been to upstate, never been to the city, only passed through.
So another bunch of emails, because I think we talked about this on either like Monday's ACT or the BDM show. So I got a bunch of emails about it from people either formerly from New York or lived there. Yeah. A lot of New York.
Forget about I'm writing you. I'm writing you here.
I'm like, I mean, if it's that good, you live in Florida now. Like, how good could it be?
Ain't nothing fucking like it. You ain't seen nothing like it.
And a lot of people from New York chose Florida.
Hey, go Mets. Hey, go Mets.
Anyway.
I always feel like the ones that like are very vocal about it but live somewhere else, they washed out in New York. Like, if you liked it that much, you'd go back, but you clearly couldn't hack it.
You can't go back for some reason. What did you do?
Yeah.
I like that, Ross.
They've been telling me, like, you got to get a slice, a New York slice.
You got to get a
boy.
fucking slice. You got to get a fucking slice. Try to get a slice over here.
And I know, I understand that that's your thing, the slice, but how
bite. You
different
gotta
could
do
it be?
one bite.
Hey, there's a lot of New York slice pizza places all over.
Why do they call it
fucking-
New York style? Is it not even close? It's got to be close.
Yeah, they're from New York. They came down. They're doing the same shit. And then
I really do hate it when they're like, "Hey, you ain't had nothing fucking like it." Oh, stupid! Hey, shut the fuck up.
and then I know what you're saying. You're like, it's all about the water, Tom. It's the water, the New York City water.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I know from Guardian Water and how RO works. Like, there's purified RO water. That's the best you can get. It's RO. It's taking all the impurities out.
No, Larry King does a Brooklyn water bagel. No.
Now it depends because like I got a real good filtration system. Like my water filtration takes everything out, but then it also kicks back in those like the minerals for flavor. So maybe this like good New York water has some minerals that we don't have from around here.
Yes, and I took that into account too.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm guessing is the New York slice pizza place, New York pizza. There's everywhere. There's a one on every block. Those guys, because they want the authentic New York pizza, have figured out how to add the minerals in their water. I'm just saying.
Well,
they figured it out.
You would have to.
Yeah, and when they eat it, they're like, "This is the same shit that I made in New York, and now I'm serving it here in Florida, and now everybody else is getting it."
There's
right.
There's one place around here that brags that they bring in tankers of New York City water to do their doughs with.
Yeah,
So
I know New York water bagels, the one that I'm talking about.
You guys have a sponsor, so I didn't want to bring.
No,
it up, but
I don't
them,
mind.
yeah.
I don't mind fucking with them. Like, New York. I used to like going there.
Jeff's is better.
Jeff's is way better,
Oh, yeah.
and I think they just use RO water because they were making bagels with the Make-A-Wish kids yesterday, and they got that big vat of like RO water.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's just as good as Larry King's Brooklyn water.
Because guess what? You're not tasting the minerals. That's bullshit. That's some marketing bullshit.
But it's funny too because that used to be their thing.
You
know,
can
like
really taste the minerals.
It's because of the fucking water.
You think the minerals are out? Are overwhelming the goddamn cheese and garlic and all the other pungent flavors in a pizza.
You really get that flavor of zinc in this.
You're not. You're tasting the goddamn tomato sauce and cheese. The garlic. It's gonna be more overwhelming than the fucking minerals in the water. Subatomic minerals.
Duncan,
I don't know.
Duncan in our Twitch chat room, he said that Mario Batali's eatery in San Francisco uses a machine to replicate New York City water for their pizza and bread. That guy's a fucking orange crock monster. That guy's a groping orange crock monster. I don't want to eat his rape pizza. It's disgusting.
And the machine is just a homeless guy putting his feet in a puddle.
And I bet,
that's all it is.
I bet this. Any of my friends from New York that do this stupid water thing, I bet you I can hand you a slice of John and John's pizza, which Ross and I both very much like, and you take a bite and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You do not know what you're talking about.
I like making a lot of people mad.
They don't know.
Yeah, because they're like, you can't. And I will.
Can you tell the difference in sodas? Like if I lined up like Diet Coke, Coke Zero.
Yes.
Pepsi, all of like, could
because
you tell the difference?
Those are specifically.
Yeah, I could too.
What I'm saying is that I'm just guessing that the New York style pizza places here have replicated it goddamn near close enough where I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And there used to be a New York pizza in Deltona. And then I ate that. I'm like, if I ate a New York pizza in Deltona and then one from New York City, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think most people could either. Yeah.
If you know one fucking thing about pizza, you know that it's not the dough necessarily. Dough is like fine, but like you got to have whole milk mozzarella on that pie or it's garbage. It's really about the cheese.
And I'm just saying, all other ingredients the same too. You know, I'm
trying
speculating.
to replicate.
Yeah. I'm speculating that they're using the similar.
Like New Yorkers, I think what you're
quality.
arguing is New Yorkers like to pretend like you have to make New York style pizza in New York, and we live in a time when I'm sorry, but technology has closed that gap.
Right.
And the world is very small, a very small place, and you can do just as good, if not better, anywhere in the world. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be at the original Toll House to make Toll House cookies.
No.
We have the recipe.
No. But and look, your chef may be better, this, that, and the other thing, but the ingredients, it's all even now.
Absolutely.
But But anyway, but I will eat a slice and I'll let you know.
You gonna take a photo?
Yeah,
You gotta do the one bite. You gotta do like the one bite bar stool.
Yeah. I'll be back. We'll be back on the show on Tuesday. We're doing the BDM show Tuesday, and I'll tell the BDMs all about my New York trip.
Yeah.
Only because you brought it up. You know what I hate about those videos, Dan? He always starts them with "Everybody knows the rules." All right, I don't know the rules.
Yeah,
I've never
like a refresher. You're right.
I have never heard the rules. It's never come up for me, and every single one of those videos starts with "Everybody knows the rules." Let's go.
I have a weird love-hate with him because sometimes I absolutely despise him, and sometimes like, oh, I like this guy. You should tweet him or write him and say, I just need a refresher, man, and he might do it.
Give me the rules, buddy.
He might do it.
So this has to do with flying, but have you guys heard about skip lagging? And have you ever heard the term skip lagging?
Does it have some? It sounds something like what, when we were talking about CB radios and using the atmosphere to bounce.
Oh yeah. What was that called? What,
that's what when you said it, and
Yeah.
I purposely did not look anything, but I was like, ooh, skip lagging. Did we talk about?
There's a thing in the repo business called skip tracing. I knew that from my repo days.
Yeah.
It's how you find a car you're looking for. But
Skip lagging. You got to find a nice flat stone. That's the first thing.
Okay. Yeah.
so
No, I'm not familiar.
Okay, so what it is, this is kind of like conning the airline industry. So it's like, let's say you're trying to get to Charleston, right, from Orlando.
I got some shoes.
So you want to book, you fly from Orlando to Charleston, and then you're looking and the tickets are $500, and you're like, okay. But then you look and you can take a flight from Orlando to New York with a layover in Charleston, and the tickets are only like $250 because there's way more flights to New York or whatever, and Charleston's a less sought after destination.
Gotcha.
So they have cheaper flights to New York, and then it's really cheap with a layover in Charleston because it's like you choose the layover, they give you a discount than direct, right?
Gotcha.
So then you just get off, you buy the cheaper ticket from Orlando to New York with the layover in Charleston for only $250, half the cost, and then you just get off at Charleston and go home.
Interesting.
So you get off at your
Are
layover.
you messing up though somehow the organization of other flights because of what you're doing?
No, you're not messing up the organization.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like sometimes when you get out of it sounds like
your seats are just empty from Charleston to New York.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
you paid for them.
But that sounds like maybe you're.
So
it sounds like maybe you're fucking something over.
Dan's worried like in
The
blackjack.
corporation.
If I take a hit, I shouldn't hit. I got the next guy's card. He should have.
Yeah,
get.
no,
I mean, there is a consideration aspect. Yeah.
But you're not screwing over any person because essentially your seats are. In fact, you're helping the fellow passenger that now has a more open row because your seats are empty because you got off at Charleston. Now the airlines hate it, and this is what I found out. I talked to some flight attendant friends of ours.
Is this one big trick that airlines hate?
Yeah. and then apparently
what happens next will blow your mind.
they will ban you eventually from
If you
flying
do that
on
first thing in the morning.
the airline. But that's what they say, and that's what I saw
wanna test it,
on
don't you?
TikTok videos that they're like, oh, the airlines will ban you from doing this. But I'm like,
From
will
buying
they?
tickets?
Yeah, I'm like, no, they won't.
What's the charge, motherfucker?
Because
Well, how could they?
Because essentially, what the airline is saying is that now you have open seats from the next flight, even though you paid for them, and then sometimes at the gate, they'll see there's 3 passengers that didn't show up from the Charleston to New York, and they wait a little couple minutes to see if you're running down.
So it puts you
late.
behind.
Although I've never seen them wait. They're like,
no,
don't.
they fucking don't.
Yeah, they're like, don't.
Hey, airlines, no, you don't wait a couple minutes fucking ever.
Yeah.
I call bullshit.
Yes, me too. That's what I was like. You're not hurting anybody,
No.
and you've paid for those seats, and then essentially you're only scamming the airline system, which is to me is whatever. I'm scamming a $1 billion
I don't even look
corporation.
at it as a scam. You're still
No.
buying something.
Yeah,
You're not. I don't look at it at all like a scam because you're buying a ticket. You're just not using part of it. It's no different than going to a restaurant, buying an entree, and not eating the side.
Absolutely.
That comes with it. The side is the second flight, and if you choose not to do that, that is at your discretion. That is not a scam. I don't think it is.
But the airlines, apparently their official stance is you're not allowed to do this, and we will ban you if we find out you're egregiously doing this.
Well, then
I don't
they
think if
need
you
to
did it
change
once.
their verbing and their verbiage and say that okay, if you purchase a ticket, you need to be on the entire leg of the flight. Well, now we have a different problem.
Well, yeah, they can't force you to be. Like,
Right.
You can get off your layover and just never.
Yes.
In fact, you're not
don't
even
have to
using
get on
their
the flight.
service.
You can. Do you get penalized if I buy the flight and never use it? Because that's worse.
Yeah,
What
you're
if
right.
I buy the flight?
You're right.
What if I buy the flight and just buy it and just let the ticket die?
They're mad just because you're skirting the system.
I don't think this will hold up.
And they're like, because you can find cheaper, because that New York to Charleston example, or even like, like the layover destination sometimes is cheaper, and they put that in their algorithm. If you chose that as your destination and not the layover, it's going to be a more expensive ticket.
Interesting.
It's a less popular flight.
I know that flight, because you and I talked about this, remember? Like we were talking about, and maybe you were here too, Ross, and we were talking about just the perception of airline travel is more unsafe now this year than it has been. That's just a perception. We looked it up.
There was that fire in Orlando, the Delta flight.
There are a couple of them. There have been a couple of them, but it's still safer now than it's ever been. I want to reiterate that. But I will say that there have been more reports of stuff this year. It is safer, but there have been more big known problems. Like planes falling, helicopters crashing.
The influence of the media. Once one thing happens and there's a thing, it's like. But the Orlando, the no one got hurt, but a engine started on fire, which is always good to see.
BDM Suzette, who was here on Monday, that's why they held her flight. She was right beside that plane that caught on fire.
Now, I will say for those passengers, they did get to jump out on the inflatable slide.
I want to do that.
Oh, cool.
Which would be a cool experience.
I want to do that.
Like, how many people have gotten to do that in an actual...
Thousands.
Yeah.
Can we buy
in
one?
an actual emergency?
Can
It's
we
gotta
buy
be
one?
insanely rare.
Let's buy a slide, and then at the next BDM event, have all of our listeners just go down it so they can say they did it.
I think they're
Right?
super expensive, actually.
We'll just buy one and inflate it. We'll buy one and inflate it into Doo-Doo Dixie River or something. Like we'll like inflate it into a river, and then we'll just ride it down.
Every once in a while, those like lifeboats that you pull a string.
They
and
come up for auction.
Yeah, because they're decommissioned after a certain amount of years.
Army surplus, yeah.
But they'll still work.
Oh, yeah.
We should buy one of those and just inflate it at an event, just like, and then all scream, "Yay!"
Hold on, somebody clip that because that is what we're doing. I'm telling you right now. Look into my eyes, everyone who's watching the stream. That's what we're fucking doing. We're buying an army raft. We're going to pull the string. We're going to inflate it. And then me and Roz and Tom are going to go, yay. A little yay. Just a tiny one.
But I can't see anything other than if they do.
It's $1,500. What? Yeah. $1,500 for one of those guys. Oh, with the hatch in it. It's got a hatch and everything.
Dude, that's
that
a
a plane
survival
one?
raft, yeah.
Yeah, this is a plane survival raft.
See, that's new, though. We need like an Army surplus one.
No, but I'm looking for the door one that you go and you slide down from the door. Because
I thought we were doing army raft. Hold on, let me see.
We've been going to rafts.
Yeah. That one seems probably more rare, and they probably repack those or something like. Instead of
it's called emergency slide. I'm looking for the wrong thing.
What it's like a reserve parachute, and like they have to keep these things like and change them every 3 years, but you never use it.
Never been used.
Yeah, like 99% of all of them never could be used.
This is totally viable, dude. I can buy an Airbus A320 style single lane training slide right now online. They're gently used. $21,000.
Oh, 21,000.
Yeah, 21,000. 22,000. Sorry, that was in euros.
Damn.
That was in euros. I had it in euros. I'll put it up so you guys can actually see how fucking expensive this is.
$22,000.
Look at that. Look at that. That's the training slide. That's the real one that they use for training because I guess flight attendants do have to go down these things multiple times.
It's probably it probably costs maybe like $500 to make, but it's so specialized and nobody ever buys it. So they gotta.
Because you can buy
it weighs 88 pounds.
I can buy an inflatable slide for a birthday party for like
fuck that. We can buy a
$890.
real doll. We can buy 3 real dolls and have our listeners come and fuck their mouths. It'd be cheaper than this fucking slide. Oh my god.
All right, we go to the dollar store. We get a bunch of like $1 life rafts. We duct tape them all together. We're out for like $100.
Okay, here's another one. Here's the.
Or you could actually just get a birthday slide. Same thing. It's same. You're going down a inflatable slide.
Now they have something for sale. It's an aircraft evacuation slide sound effect player.
The hell is that?
I have no idea. Aircraft evacuation slide sound effect player, part number 8400042.
Does it? I wonder if it makes like emergency sounds so that you can like, because like there's a gun range in town where they'll do like flashing lights and like set off bombs and stuff while you're shooting to like kind of get you to where you can shoot under pressure.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why would you? I wanted to go out for a leisurely day of shooting. I don't want to go with this alarm setting off like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Why would you choose that
Flashing
option?
lights so that in under pressure you're not distracted by lights and sounds and stuff. You can shoot that guy.
I have to admit something that I've done almost. Okay, go ahead.
Wouldn't it be more likely that you're just stoned in your underwear? Driving, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like there's some sort of army sound, like you're not in a chemical lab in Resident Evil. Like, you're being awakened by an intruder and you're still drunk from the night before.
So if you prepare yourself for a Resident Evil type situation, imagine how much more calm you'll be when the underwear shooting happens.
All right. Let's
Not a bad point. Thank you.
Let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
And then I've got a dad question for Ross. I'm gonna come back.
Sure. Man, I'm getting now I'm down a rabbit hole of all of these slides. You can buy new ones. Those are the training slides. Apparently, the reason those are so expensive is because they can be used multiple times. That's not what we need. We need a one and done. We need an inflatable yellow, and then afterwards we stab it with knives and throw it in, put it in a dumpster.
Oh, when you pull the thing and the string, and
and that's it. Yeah, and then it's done. We
use
ride down it. Big Rick gets stuck. We're like, yay! And then we yay! And then we all stab it with our knives. And then a couple BDMs help me carry it to the Johnny's dumpster. And then we all go home.
No, I say we use it, give it away to a listener, and then they have to strap it to their car and take it home.
Yes. Okay, I like that. The name of the band, local band, love these guys. They have a brand new EP that will be out soon. Support local. Name of the band is Virginity. The name of the song is Marked Difference.
Shout out to Casey Crawford.
Yeah, Casey Crawford rules. This is right off of their brand. This is so brand new. I don't even think anybody has this. Enjoy this. We will be back with more. A mediocre time with Tom and Dan momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Show at tomandan.com for emails. Welcome back to the Quiet Storm. DJ Little Danny. We're going to do some dedications out there. This one goes out to Ross McCoy. Remember the Quiet Storm? Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Dan.
Tom.
Ross McCoy is here. I don't like when songs end like that. It makes me very angry. I want a stinger. I like a good bang.
What band was that?
They're really, really good. That's the Toxhards, and the name of the song is Get Creative or Get Radicalized. And they're kind of like, I would imagine like it's kind of like a alternative rock meets punk with a dash of Queen kind of thrown in there, you know?
This one's going out to Daniel Dennis, who just recently lost a hip.
That's good. That's good. Hold on, keep going.
So, Ross,
yes, sir.
I got a parenting question.
Dude, I was just about to explain to you how Ricky Gervais is doing this tour like this because he's only hitting arenas and there's like way more money in the stadiums than arenas. But he's doing New York, he's doing LA, he's doing Leeds, he's doing, Berlin, Copenhagen, and he's doing Laval, Canada. He's playing the Place Bell in Laval, Canada, a 10,000 seater. That makes no fucking sense.
Maybe at this stage in his career and
probably
his
places
life,
he likes.
He's got a Gumar in fucking Laval. That's all I could come up with, dude. Why would you work Laval, Canada into your world fucking tour? Amazing.
He's a weird dude, though.
Yeah.
Smart dude, but he's also old, right? I mean, how old are we talking?
Old with infinite money, but even other people with infinite money do stuff sometimes. I'm like, why are you doing this? Infinite money.
Yeah. Kanye.
They're like, they want,
Kanye.
Well, his money comes and goes crazy.
It does. And I feel bad for his cousin. Not that bad, though.
He went to jail for murder or something.
Murdered a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Because Kanye said he would stop watching dirty movies with him and sucking his dick.
Dude, of all the Kanye stuff, there's just too much to keep track of. My favorite was he gave Floyd Mayweather 2 Maybachs, And then like a week later, Floyd Mayweather's like, "Fuck your Maybachs, take them back. I don't give a shit."
Yeah. He's like, come get your own people to get them.
so
Yeah,
funny.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's a complete and utter meltdown.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, lots of us in the 90s grew up where we were exposed to porno magazines probably way too early in your friends' dad's stashes or whatever.
Yeah, and I thought about sucking all my cousins' dick.
Well, not many
I thought
of us.
about it.
Usually we're with a friend.
It was my
or
first thought. I was like, oh, man, this porno is good. I want to suck my cousin's dick. Where are my cousins?
Never crossed my mind. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking about
anybody
you
around
and
me
Ross.
never.
I was like, I want to suck their dick.
A lot of friends and acquaintances haven't shared a story anywhere close to that, so I find it interesting behavior.
Well, it said he kept going. The way that I read it was that they had started watching porno together young, and then through the years, Kenny Rogers.
Through the wire.
Yeah, or through the wire. He had sucked his cousin's dick until 14, and then he was like, yo, I got to stop this. I'm going to be a famous rapper. I can't be sucking your dick. That's how I took it.
I guess I'm missing How old was the cousin, and was it
I
consensual?
think they were the same age, very consensual.
It was consensual,
yeah,
so,
they're
okay.
like doing cousin gay stuff. And I was telling Tom the first time we found this out, I was like, I bet you, like I made the joke. I was like, that's one of the most normal things Kanye's ever said, because I know there are a lot of guys that read that and was like, I done suck my cousin's dick. A lot of those guys out there. They're out there.
I don't
They're
know.
out there.
That's a rare.
They're out.
That's
No, it is
sure.
rare, but there are sexual exploration within families, larger families,
There's a
brother,
phrase,
sister. Yeah.
kissing cousins for a reason.
Yeah. That's a thing.
It just I can't imagine that it's that many people could relate to it, right?
It is a weird flex, though. The weirdest flex is to say, I'm the greatest MC, I'm the best rapper, and I'm a genius, and I sucked my cousin's dick until I was 14.
It's like, why'd you even say it?
Yeah,
man?
you don't even need to say that.
But anyway, so and Ross, I'll tell you about
To show the tremendous force of will he had to stop sucking his cousin's cock. That's all.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Once
Hard for
you
anybody.
establish a habit,
I think we talked about this with you, Ross. That my son, when he finished top 15 with his cross country this past year, I told him he could buy anything at Target.
Oh, yeah.
And so the other day,
You got lucky. You got lost.
well, the other day he comes running out of his room and he's like, I realized what I want from Target. And he's like, I want an Oculus. And then, so.
Did you instantly think that I had figured out a way to message your sons?
No, I thought.
Or somebody nefarious, a listener, or somebody had done something?
Because it happened soon after we literally talked about this. It was like whenever we explained this, and then it happened like
well, for
the
a
day
minute,
after.
I would ask you every day for like a week. I was like, did he do anything yet? And you'd be like, nope, I think I'm in the clear.
He talks to strangers online on Roblox all the time, he tells me. So I was like, I figured someone infiltrated, and then told them,
God.
like, hey, remember the Target bet?
They got the guy that tried to kidnap the little girl off of Roblox. They got that guy. So at least there are safeguards in place.
I'm like, don't suck any old man's
Yeah,
dicks.
it was in a
I think
Sam's
you know
parking
that.
lot, too. It was in a
And they don't
Sam's
even have to
parking
tell
lot.
him. I think he just inherently knows that. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Imagine
you
if Roblox was around when Kanye was little. Holy smokes.
So,
Boy, Crystal had to explain how the PB goes in the vagina. Imagine her explaining that one. Jesus. Your cousin's dick.
I told my sons because they make a lot of P. Diddy jokes, especially in Max's class.
Right.
Good God, what are you doing
It's all
over there?
P.
I don't
Diddy.
even think Maisie knows who the fuck Diddy is.
No, that's just in the sphere. That's just the thing that's around.
And then I'm like, do you even know who P. Diddy? Because they're laughing about P. Diddy.
He's
and
the
I'm
guy
like,
we play with on Roblox.
and then Max is like, yeah, he molest some kids, and I'm like, I don't think it was kids. It was like, and then I was trying to correct him. I was like, I think they just said the diddler because it's close to P. Diddy, and I don't think it did right. It had nothing to do with kids.
Bieber's in the mix, and he was really young when all that stuff went down.
But,
So,
but
there's
remember he
definitely-
hung out for the day, that creepy video?
There's definitely questionable kid stuff involved.
Yeah.
too,
Yeah, but I think the actual charges are like sex trafficking with.
The nickname definitely came from the Diddy.
Anyway, I was trying to correct, but then I was like trying to explain what I was like. He had
It's
these
not
parties,
kids, it's just ladies, and he punches them out.
and then
Is that what you said?
I found myself explaining what P. Diddy's actual crime.
That's what
which I don't
Gabriel
even really
does.
know. I don't even really know that much.
Definitely set Kid Cudi's car on fire. We know that for sure.
Anyway, so the Oculus.
But that stuff's That stuff's just in the zeitgeist because I play Marvel Rivals and I told you guys the names are out of control, which they have started dialing it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Rip Dr. Hugh Janus, my kid's former screen name, which got taken away.
Dr. Huge Anus.
No, Hugh Janus. Yeah, that one got taken away.
Hugh Janus is fantastic.
But every other one is some P. Diddy reference or and it's kids who have no way of fucking knowing. Fentanyl. They put fent in screen names a lot now too.
Oh God!
Just as a fucking reference. Yeah.
I like that. I love what our kids are becoming.
I talked to them about fentanyl.
That's good. That's good. That's why.
I'm watch out.
What's wrong? What is Max's screen name?
Little Fent. There's a b-boy name. So anyway, he
Little Fent forgot about breakdancing again.
He'll
get it. He'll get it one day. The fentanyl made him pass out while he's making a sandwich.
One day he'll forget forever. Too far. Wow. Too far. Anyway, so God damn it. So, Oculus. So he wanted the Oculus, and then I was like, well,
I thought Krista already said this is no go.
Well,
so you're gonna have to fight her a
we
little bit.
did say would you
anything in Target.
So, but we have an Oculus, so we're like, we'll take it out of my closet.
Yeah.
We hit it.
We'll get it. It's right next to the fleshlight. We'll wipe it
because
down.
I don't want to go and spend whatever the new Oculus is, $500.
I claim I will also call bullshit on this because it's like I didn't win the ability for my dad to give me some old shit.
Right.
I'm not trying to be
willing to take it.
No, but for me, I would have said this. I'm always a mouthy kid. I was just talking to Ross about this. I would have been like, hey, whoa. Look, this is a great Oculus and all. That's you got pre-pandemic. So it's 6 years old. Okay, that's great. It's a 2019 Oculus. Wonderful. I want that 2025.
Mint.
I want that 700 in box.
Yeah.
700 from Target. You cheap ass.
They've got my genes, so they'll take anything now instead of waiting for later.
Oh, you're lucky. You're very lucky.
And I was like, I'll give you.
You're very lucky that they're like you.
I'll give you one Reese's now, or 102 weeks. They'll take it now.
Oh wow, that's the wimpy. I will gladly take a hamburger now.
I'll take anything now rather than wait anytime.
You know
whatsoever.
what's really funny is that a side note to this is that my mom and her sister were about the same age difference as Max and Tommy, exactly the same way. My mom was a save your money person and buy nice things, and Pam was a blow your money as soon as you get your allowance, straight to the store, blow it crazy. It's so funny how you can have exactly the same DNA, everything.
Nature and nurture.
Yeah, two complete different human beings.
So he's playing now the Oculus. So we give him half an hour a day because this had 13 plus or whatever, and then it's 10 years old. I'm like, ooh,
what is he playing? Gorilla Tag? What is he doing?
So,
now, you didn't leave any of those videos at Carl's.
No.
We had some listeners send us some VR porn that I loaded up on.
It's there.
It's on the machine?
No. You go to the sites.
I loaded hard.
No.
No, I downloaded on the SD card. I put the movies hard.
Oh,
you have to hardwire them into the thing so you can watch them.
Oh, they're still there.
He'll never find them.
Yeah.
He'll never find them.
He's not watching them right this second.
It's under taxes. Look for taxes. If you look for taxes, 2020.
If it's not in the game,
man.
they're not searching.
Yeah.
They don't,
You don't think kids get into systems and fuck around with them and look around and see what's in their old dad's closeted Oculus?
Not his kids.
Again.
They're his kids. Yeah, we're not dealing with a hacker.
They're not.
Okay.
Listen.
Don't let Maisie get her hands on that Oculus.
She'd find them.
This is I built a cardboard metropolis one time. It was
I remember that.
From all the boxes from us redoing our kitchen, there was tons of boxes, and I built. It had
You send me pictures of it. He doesn't send pictures when he's proud of things. He doesn't do that, but he did it this time.
It was a huge open spot in the middle with 5 different tunnels that came out and side tunnels.
It was no different than it was
a
Nintendo
week.
World made of cardboard. Yeah.
And they used to play with it this is 5 years ago. There were like 4 and 5 or whatever. They used to play in this all the time. And eventually, well, like one day, me and Crystal were like, we had to get the thing out of our dining room because we have to live our lives or whatever.
It's full of silverfish.
So they went to sleep, and I broke it all down, threw it in the garbage. They woke up and never mentioned it. They forgot that and we played for 2 weeks. Like, it was there. It was their favorite thing. We took it off, never talked about it.
And to this day, I don't think they've ever mentioned it, so we don't even know. You don't even know if the memory is confirmed.
That's a disability.
You don't know if it's confirmed or not, right? The memory, you don't even know if it's in there.
Right. You don't know if they just they were like, oh my God, it's gone. We can't talk to mom and dad about this. Like,
you should have confirmed.
No, I said, remember that thing I built for you? And they're like, oh God, that was awesome. Anyway, this is going to severely hinder them in the future, by the way. This is a rough life to live.
Are you kids goldfish?
Well, it's not that they'll remember shit. It's just like I'm just saying.
But you have the opposite of what most parents complain about, which is the kids never forget thing.
Right.
That's what I got. I got the standard where it's like you better be really careful what you do because if I'd have told Maisie she could have anything from Target, I would have been going in the next 10 minutes there.
Right.
We would have gone immediately there. There would have been
Max. I think if it was Max, it would have probably been different.
One of my kids who is now old enough to vote is still mad that we took his lion blanket away when he was like 4 years old because he would suck his thumb when he held it and it was making his teeth curve out.
Yeah.
And he's still mad about Mr. Lili.
Oh, no, really? I don't like that. I would be mad too. I was a thumb sucker. I'm with this kid. Yeah. I'm which one? Well, I don't have to blow up their spot, but I'm with him.
I don't often disappoint my sons, as you know.
No, I know you don't like to do that.
But we disappointed Tommy last night, and this is the question I'm going to ask you.
Don't be disappointing that sweet baby.
And you have to disappoint your kids every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Because then if not, I think you create a monster of some sort.
I feel like I got mine out of the way early. I really disappointed Maisie early on, like horribly. And now I'm pretty good. I'm just everything I did. And now I'm pretty good. Like now we have a great
relationship. Set the bar low.
Yeah, we're good now.
So he, of course, is now into zombies.
Of course.
We started, I guess like adolescent kids, they get into zombies at some point or whatever. And
I mean, movie monsters, this is all natural stuff.
And he loves anime more than anything, but we watched a little bit of The Walking Dead, and we had to turn off because it was more violent than we thought. Yeah. But he from that little...
The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's more violent than you think.
I like when Ross points out the completely obvious parenting thing that he was just like, nothing but dead.
It's on AMC.
It's like, Ross, I'll throw you some quick tips. If you see anything, it's like when you're like, you can like eliminate choices. If you see anything with the word dead in it, just you're not gonna fire it up.
My other friends' kids watching shit like
you can't use Pudge's son as the benchmark. He's the toughest
at like
man
5,
alive.
and then my other kids, my
Pudge is a full-blown man.
My sister,
mechanic.
My sister, my niece is watching. She was watching goddamn fucking Squid Games like when it came out.
Becca watched Squid Games.
Oh yeah. She watched.
Damn, I didn't like the first scene of that.
Stranger Things, everything.
There's always that kid in the class that the parents are like, yeah, we let him watch Friday the 13th when he was 3 years old, and that kid is always weird. 100%.
Man, Ross is right. Ross is right. The Satanist at my school, Marvin, his name was Marvin. He was the one that watched all the movies, and he was a cutter.
And I think it's an important distinction between, because like at 13, I watched all those movies too, but against my parents' wishes. They were like, no, don't watch that stuff. And so I snuck around to friends' houses and watched. That's what I'm saying. I think the parental no is very important because the kids the parents are like, yeah, watch stabbing movies and get all like people into chipper shredders and shit as a child. Those kids are always fucked up.
No, but we all watched shit when we were, I went
against
to the
our
abyss.
Parents' wishes.
Okay, so if our parents let us do it.
Yeah.
No, but
I don't know if
I
I've
went with
ever
my
said
dad
this.
to the abyss when I was Tommy's age. The Abyss. Like, it's the only movie I even remember seeing with my dad.
I think that's just because your dad didn't know that was completely inappropriate, right?
Yeah, but we all watched inappropriate shit when we were young.
I would skirt the. You remember the guy I talked about? My buddy Jeremy. I saw his dad with the red hair pumping his mom. And yeah. Like I would.
You watched all that?
Yeah. But look, but when I would go over to his house, he was one of the only people that had the really good movie card, and we'd get to go to the really good movie store that had all of the great videos that I wasn't supposed to see, and I would. And then when his mom Heather would say, who was hot as fuck, would say like, "Hey, are you allowed to watch Conan?" I'd be like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Are you allowed to watch Krull?" Remember Krull?
Krull the Conqueror?
Yeah. Are you allowed to watch that? Absolutely. Are you crazy? My dad loves Krull. Like I would lie and
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
do
yeah.
a variation of what you're talking about. You're right.
Did Kroll have the little
It was a
tri-blade
thing
spinner
in-
thing? Yeah,
Yes!
dude, that
and
was
you
cool.
throw it and it it's
yeah.
chopping them good.
I bet there's one of those in the Bug K catalog.
Why did you say that? Now you've ruined my afternoon.
So, and this has nothing to do with even
Oh,
a
the
movie.
chat room's just melting. We got Poltergeist. Poltergeist
yeah.
fucked me up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know the
Did it?
sign when the guy's when the scene where the guy goes to shave and his face turns into hamburger, falls in the sink? Fuck me up.
Yeah.
I had no business watching that. Fuck me up.
Even on TV, that was a scary movie.
Did not like
even-
that.
But
Yeah.
you're fine though.
Am I? You make jokes all the time about me not being fine.
Well, you're born crazy. No, it's not like it's a movie turned you gay.
I love it
You're
when
born
I
gay.
can. I love it when I can use my crazy gayness against it.
Anyway, so
Oh,
my
the
question
we
is,
got the Omen in here.
so then Tommy found out that they have VR Walking Dead and zombie games.
Oh, those are great.
Yes, yeah. So now
I have a few of those.
So he got
They're
super excited. He's like, they have VR zombie games. And then
They're good.
I was like, yeah. And then so we look and then like we see VR zombie games. Now
Some of them you get to suck Michonne's titties.
Okay, well there's
No,
some.
you don't. I made that up.
The ratings are 17 plus. on
Well, they're
some of them.
violent, dude. It's blood spray crazy.
Yeah. And so I'm like, it's a video game and you're shooting zombies or whatever. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. So then Crystal gets involved and she's like, are you sure?
Give me these goggles. I'm gonna see what's happening here. The crow is on the line.
And she's like, are you sure, a 10-year-old's brain should be in VR in a world shooting zombies?
Immersed.
Ooh, that sounds like an 80s movie where the kid goes crazy, right? Are you sure a 10-year-old's brain should be in the VR?
And then,
I don't care. We got to get the grant money by Tuesday. Put him in it.
Yeah.
And
The government doesn't wait.
And then I was like, well, I played GoldenEye and stuff, but I was actually, I was already in high school at that point.
That's
so,
definitely
yeah.
100 steps removed from in your eyes, dude.
Yeah.
He's talking about sitting, watching on a tiny TV.
I played Duke Nukem on a keyboard.
Right.
There's a new Doom video game out called Doom Medieval, I think.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
So, and then I started thinking, and I was like, God damn, like they train NFL quarterbacks now with VR, and like the Jaden Daniels, like what he fucking made of the conference championship game. He like everybody's like, oh, he trained VR in like
did.
high school and college.
I said, how hard was it for you to train when all those little white kids were yelling the N-word in the chat room, right? How do you train?
Yeah. And so it does help your brain in real life because it simulates reality so much.
It can help your brain.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying it helped him become a better quarterback because the simulation was so real.
It can also ruin your marriage when you're in there whacking it all the time on the virtual.
So I'm like, I guess is being immersed into a world shooting zombies, blowing the heads off of zombie, and then you shoot the real people too.
I do.
Shooting everybody.
The first thing I do at Grand Theft Auto as a cop is I start killing everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in fact,
shooting
it's on
everybody.
Game Pass now, and I thought about re-downloading it just so I could be a cop that shoots people.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I'm letting my 10-year-old shoot everybody in a virtual world.
Well, the first thing I do is
all day
I
long.
try to use
Is
my
that okay?
virtual
I
hands
don't
to
think-
take the lady characters' tops off. That's what I do. I try to pull their titties out. If I can't do that, then I kill the zombies, and then I kill the humans.
So we didn't let him do it, and then he's all disappointed. He's like, okay. He's like,
Fine, I'll just go watch that porn in there.
It's like, but then I'm like, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, man, the virtual reality aspect of it, like because you remember when like Tipper Gore or whatever the fuck,
Tipper Gore.
who was against the video
Gore.
game violence or whatever?
You got it right.
And I remember
She was against rap.
Yeah,
but
maybe video games
but
too.
even
she
rap,
lumped
too.
all video games and stuff
Is
in
that
there,
right?
and she was the spearhead of the original parental. The sticker that everybody knows.
And then, like, after Columbine, they started pinning everything on video games.
Yeah. And then they find out it's ridiculous, it's stupid to like say this had any influence on whatever. Maybe the fucking mentally ill it does, but it's like. I remember the argument back there with violence in video games was absurd to me as a kid, and like violence in rap music. Well,
Right.
like get the old people are stupid. So am I doing the old man saying this is bad for his brain to be virtually in a world shooting everybody?
Well, he understands
Because
he understands
Yes,
the
of
difference
course.
between the worlds. I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's not.
But it's just like just having your brain, because it's simulating, because now it's different than watching and playing it on a screen 2D.
Well,
now you're like, just like Jaden Daniels trained, it does help train you. But then obviously he's not.
So then when he has to murder a bunch of people, he'll be.
But I don't think that's gonna even in play here.
Yeah, probably not.
But it's like, I don't know.
But if it does,
We're
he'll
just
be
not-
really
He'll
good
be
at
good
it.
at it.
He'll be good at it. He'll have the skill.
I wouldn't even that
I don't
aspect
know.
of it doesn't scare me so much because like I remember like I had an NES and we would try to shoot the dog and duck hunt like
Yeah.
so like I mean I feel like that the part of it that scares me for your little 10-year-old is like that game is probably trying to terrify you every second that you're in it. Like you're probably just in a
it's
heightened
edgy.
sting of
It's an
tension.
edgy
Your
game.
heart's
Yeah,
pounding.
that's
You're
what I
like,
mean, yeah.
you don't get that with like the ducks flying up on Duck Hunt or like.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Even on Doom or something, you're still like very much in control of like it's a screen in front of me and that's pixels.
Well, that's what I mean more than anything.
They're actual real zombies coming at you. That experience could be too much for a kid.
Not that it's going to somehow make him become a shooter one day. Just being in a virtual world and your brain thinking that zombies and you're shooting them is like that amount of mental stress necessary at 10
That's
years
how
old.
I feel at all times. That's how, like right now, as I sit here doing the show, which is one of my happiest things.
Sure.
Like seriously, seeing you, having you in here, I love it. I love this guy's my business partner. I love you guys. You guys are like two of my greatest friends. I am terrified right now, literally out of my mind, scared.
Imagine
We are gonna eat your brains at some point. So just prepare
Something's gonna
yourself.
happen.
in the 80s, if we were able to be inside Duck Hunt and we were shooting the dogs, shooting all the hunters.
Right.
Here's what I would ask you.
And the dog's brains are blowing out in the mist.
We're
Yeah.
shooting
There's
all
a-
the dogs.
there's a
we
reason
walk
that-
to McDonald's, you shoot them.
The ducks are flying at your face, pecking your eyes out.
There's a reason that every 80s and 90s movie about a kid or a man going crazy, he gets trapped with a helmet and then he can't get out.
Yeah.
So you have good reason to question it, I feel like, because it is a trope. We've talked about these, like it's a movie trope, right?
you hold your eyes open
Yeah,
and
the guy
expose
goes
your-
in and he gets an artificial reality, and artificial reality becomes more addictive and he becomes maybe more powerful there. So he chooses to live in that world instead of living in the other world, and that's what you're scared of.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's real.
Yeah, okay, me either. Because when we were playing, and I'm sure
I
like
was
a little
addicted to
bit,
Genesis for maybe a week, dude, and then I'd all edged out, and I was fine.
but like even the younger generation than us that grew up on, what's the popular war?
Pong.
No. Like I mean, one less than us. That grew up playing
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
Oh, dude, it's still just as popular.
Halo and stuff, and like they played that in middle school and like at 10 years old, and like they'd all say nothing happened, no big deal, nothing, no extra stress.
Man, I played a lot of Mario and I fuck up turtles like all the time. Like I jump stomp a turtle.
That's fucking hilarious. The idea of you running and then splatting a turtle with guts out of his Oh my god, just horrible animal abuse. And you're using a mallet to smash them.
And then I pick up a shell and throw it at a guy and
Put a shirt on. You're wearing brightly covered overalls. Put a fucking shirt on.
You're trying
What are
to
you
jump
doing?
on every flagpole you see.
Yeah. My God, why is your wife dressed like a princess? What is she? She's supposed to be at work, right?
Listen, I eat a lot of mushrooms. What did I tell you?
Anyway, it's probably nothing. And we'll probably cave eventually.
Now, how does Max feel? Because most of the time, and this is going to happen, right? Like we're on the edge of Tommy separating and going to middle, while Max stays. And then are they same interest? Does Max want to go into the goggles too? Not as much.
Interesting, because I told you before we had an issue with that. We made my oldest son like play down a level for like way too long. We didn't realize that he had grown up and like out of going to the fucking playground and stuff for a long time.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they're treated the same, so they know everything the same. They essentially Max is at Tommy's level of 5th grade because he's experienced all the same shit.
We'll pop that first pube though, and it's a whole different ball game. You know, like,
Yeah.
I
So
don't even want to think about that.
yeah, and then the middle school is going to be, shit. That's the thing too. In middle school, I remember middle school like. smoking and like
I didn't do. I was a good kid. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Your kids are actually supervised some of the time, though, so they'll probably be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Kids don't smoke
yeah. I don't think they're. I mean, if anybody's gonna smoke, it's gonna be Maisie out of the three of them.
Well, yeah, you gotta relax after the dance
Rule
competition,
follower.
She is a rule follower. Yeah, she didn't even like to curse. I made her cry yesterday. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'll say it. It was a joke, but I didn't mean to do it. And this kind of falls under the category of shut the fuck up with your jokes. But Andrea came in and we were just messing around. I'm sitting there like setting up something. We were wanting to watch Bob's Burgers, so I'm setting it up on the Xbox for her to watch it. And she was doing her homework, and Andrea's like, "Oh, you're already doing your homework?" And I was like, "Yeah." She said, "I got to get this shit done." I was like, "That's what she said to Andrea." And Maisie turns to me and she goes, "I did not say that. I would never say that. I've never said that. I would never say that. I would never say that. Please." Like that kind of shit. And I'm like, "Oh my God, you're a fucking monster."
That's psychological torture.
Yeah, you are a god. You are a horrible fucking monster for doing that. And I'm just fucking around, just like some shit I'd do to you. I'd be like, "Yeah, this guy farted in the elevator. I got to knock this shit off. I got to get right."
I got my kids so good yesterday, and I don't know if this situation will almost certainly never arise for anybody. If it does, but please use this one. At my house we got what we call the cleanie baskets. And only clean laundry goes into them.
Okay.
So that
right.
dirty sandy towels go into the dirty ones. And then we have the cleanies for like when towels come out of the dryer, right? And so my wife the other day, there's a cleanie full of towels, just brimming with towels. But she took a shower in the morning and just like laid her robe over the basket and then laid her wet towel over her robe.
Ooh.
Like maybe she'll use it later, like to dry out a little bit. So my kid came into the room and kind of was like looking for, he goes to the cleaning basket, but there's a wet towel on top. And so he's like, "Is there any towels?" I was like, "Yeah, basket's full of them." He goes, "Nah, it's wet on top." I'm like, "Huh, interesting." So I grab it and it's wet. I'm like, "Oh yeah." And I reach in and I go, "Oh yeah, all these are wet and dirty." And I pull out a dry clean towel and smack him in the face with it. But he thinks it's wet and dirty and God only knows, like use the mop up dog piss or something. He has no fucking idea. So I just go, "Oh yeah, these are all wet and dirty," and then slap him with a dry clean towel. He freaked the fuck out. It was so hilarious.
Messing with your kids though,
It's
that's
fun.
so
good.
It is fun though. May's a little too serious. Very serious. She don't like the fucking around. I think some of those jokes would be better received with the old Van Boys and Papa Van over here. I feel like they'd give me a little more leeway.
Maybe boys do need a certain amount of fucking with. It might even be like built in.
My dad fucked with me all the fucking time.
Absolutely.
All the time. He
Yeah.
called me little dickhead. You little, get over here, dickhead. Bring me a Phillips head screwdriver. And then I'd wander in there. There wasn't, but it was a known, I don't know, it was like a known, we were constantly picking on each other.
Yeah. I do that with my sons so that they learn to accept those relationships with their other friends.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, friends fuck with each other.
That's important.
It's like, and you got to understand the difference. They like doing it out of love, not out of being mean.
I will say that little boys, just from what I've witnessed, I can only use like your sons and some of the boys at Maisie's school, and then obviously the girls that I'm around with Maisie's dance, and the girls are way meaner. Way more
that's
serious
what they say.
and mean as like when they insult each other, when they say things. I don't even like talking. Like they will go. I'll give you an example without saying it, but are you careful? But they will go after each other's weight.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, hold on a second.
young? Oh,
Where
man.
the fuck did you learn? Like, they'll be like, look at you, old big back or fatty or something. Like, and I'm like, yo, whoa. What are we doing
I do
here?
like the big back of the younger generation. They call fat people big backs.
That's back.
I'm like, that's good. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, it's
I'm
back.
gonna start using that.
And they use it a lot. And it's hurtful, man. Like, but girls are mean. Way meaner.
They do have a big back. We used to
chat
only
room.
make fun of their front, but their back is big as well, and we should point that out.
You should test the kids out and take them to Halloween Horror Nights and see if they can take like a haunted house.
No, they can't take it.
Well, then they can't take that video game.
No, I know. Yeah, they can't. Tommy's Max has no interest. He's a more emotionally triggered by like. May
not be his thing.
Violence and sadness and like things like that. But Tommy, he's like, I could take it. Although halfway through Walking Dead, he's like, oh, we're gonna have to take a break.
Yeah, did he say that? That's cute.
Yeah,
That's cute. Yeah.
No, I just I tell it then in terrified eyes.
Yeah. Well, he's just fixated on it, and there's no movement. You're like, well, what am I doing to his brain?
It's not so much the zombies' head exploding; it's the relationship with like the when they have the mom zombie and the kid, and then they start getting you like in the we're like
it's hard to think about having to kill your mom to save your dad. Yeah.
So that's the part where it's like too much for him. Like he could just take the regular, the violence.
Also, let's dip into some
absurdity.
other stuff. If it were my neighbor who happens to be very attractive and she were a zombie, I'd pull her titties out before I blow her head off.
Yeah. The anime, Max got a book taken away from him at school.
Tentacles. He got the tentacles in there. Pussy tentacles.
No. In the back of the book had.
Or was it liberal propaganda?
How to draw an alien cock in 3 steps.
And I'm like, why do you have to? Because I always feel embarrassed. Like, oh my God, the teacher's going to think we don't know what the fuck we're doing as parents.
Max, would you come here? Is this your copy of Kid Rock coloring book?
And it was just some anime book, and the back of it had like a Japanese character, and she was like standing
Look
there.
at my titties! Oh, bigger, come on with titties.
And
Just to correct you, it's going to be the front cover in Japanese. Tom, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's backwards.
It's true. Yeah.
It's a graphic anime novel.
I forgot they're sideways.
Do everything backwards.
Yeah.
But they always do a little fan service on the cover.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but it was the a character, and she was looking back. And it wasn't egregious. She didn't have like a giant ass, or it wasn't like
But her skirt was hiking up a little bit. Yeah.
By the way, no one in Asia has ever looked like this, which is what makes me laugh. None of their people look like that.
Yeah. She had a bigger ass than what I would
a
say.
giant Western. It's a Western ass.
Yeah. And
Giant, big, fat Western.
eyes were half of her fucking head, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And she has her tongue out and her eyes are rolling back. What's that mean?
it did kind of look like she was showcasing her ass a little bit on the back.
A lot of times it's like the kids, like the high school is out and the teacher's wearing spandex and she just bends over to pick up some pencils. Next thing you know, you got a camel toe. It's like, that's my teacher.
Anyway, and then it was like some other kids like, Max got a
porno book. Hey, Max got a porno book. What happened? Hey, y'all want to see the porno book? Say yeah.
I ain't gay no more.
What book was it? Now I'm curious.
Now I kind of want to see it. You wanted to read it too.
It's like, cartoons are all the same. I don't know. You can read whatever.
And I'm sure somebody in the chat room is screaming, anime is when it's a cartoon on TV. It's manga when you read it.
Yeah, they are. EJ saying
There you
that.
go. Oh, God, I'm aligned
It's
with
not
EJ.
porno if it's a fucking drawing, you moron. Go to the principal and say that.
All right.
It's cartoon titty.
You know, they got a shitload of that stuff at the downtown library, too,
Yeah.
if you ever take them out there.
I like that you run it loose. I don't get that luxury. Your kids are cursing. They're reading a fucking titty book. I got nothing. I got no. I don't even see my daughter. You know, I'd love to sit down and watch pornography with my daughter. I don't see her. I don't see her.
See, my parents never restricted what I read, but they probably should have, because like I fell into Stephen King like way too early.
Dean Koontz for me.
Yeah,
like, not to get serious again, but again, I was reading horror novels at Tommy's age, 11, maybe I was 11, 11 or 12. And I had no bit, like there are graphic depictions of sex, rape, torture, murder, and I'm reading horror. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're exposed to things that maybe you're not ready for, and I think all kids are, and it's just how do you handle that moving forward? You know?
But you're like, I'm like into evolution, right? So it makes sense that kids had to do at 10 years old. Like we evolved to be able to handle some shit. At 10, I imagine you're already almost becoming a man. They're teaching you how to hunt and a lot of shit. Like you may have had fought for your life in some sort of invasion in your village, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so
how far back are we going? Like some 10-year-old saw his mom eaten by a cave bear at some point.
I'm saying,
rough.
Like 20,000 years ago, it was rough at 10 years old. So
I would way
our brains
rather
can handle it, right?
I would way rather watch anime with my dad than see my mom get eaten by a bear. You know what I mean?
Which anime?
I mean, any of them. Like, I mean, there's some. Like, I read some hentai and some manga, and some of it gets Some of it goes way too far. You got to police that stuff. It gets real dangerous. One of the ones that I wandered into was a son who became obsessed with fucking his dad's wife.
But is like protecting him too much? That seems to be like a problem that a lot of people have expressed to me. Like, oh, I was overly protected.
Yes.
So then. But then I'm like, it's probably just her personality or whatever. Like, you know, it's like
it's all case by case, right? Do you remember the first spicy thing that you read or witnessed?
I remember finding my uncle's Playboys. Yeah, absolutely that.
I remember. I'm trying
to. In middle school, the kids are going to be showing each other horrible shit on their phones, right?
Absolutely.
They're just going to be like, look at this.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the locker anymore.
And
it used to be, come to my locker.
And I'm thinking
not a lot of lockers are banned now.
Now, is that more with boys just because, like, I fell into that? I'm thinking, like, rotten.com, right? Because, like, I cannot see Maisie saying, like, come over here. You got to look at this lady's pussy.
I'm not worried about
Look at this cock.
Our classmate shows her some horrible thing.
But it'd be a boy, I think.
Yeah, boy, girl. I mean, shit, it could be that girl. They told, other parents told me that girls are way meaner.
They are meaner,
and bully way more than the boys nowadays.
They are, but I can't see, like, a girl bringing her phone to school and saying, like, hey, look at this dick. That just seems weird.
But they all have phones too. Like every student.
That seems like a boy thing.
But they don't have to anymore because they all saw the same dick on TikTok the night before. You know, like they're all seeing the same stuff. If it's dicks all around. They don't have to share it anymore. They just like, did you see that dick last night?
Okay, yeah.
I don't know
I see what you're saying. It's like a network of dicks.
And the bars.
What's happening there? I don't know. Like, are they showing? Because I've been prepared mentally for years. I'm like, well, in middle school they're gonna show Tommy
as they walk in. They're like.
Or some kid is going to be like, hey, look at this, because they've been looking at it since they got a phone years ago. You know what I'm saying? They have the internet, access to anything.
And all 8th graders, they have to show the 7th graders the dicks. As they were going to show them the ropes.
As coming of age,
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, a bunch of friends just, like, you know, in, like, a passive way, or like, hey, look at this. And, like, you know, he's like, oh, I've never seen some graphic sex before, you know, like,
but
he's
he
never
knows,
seen that.
like, you've talked to him about, like, okay, if somebody shows you, you know, that, or like somebody may show you something that's inappropriate.
Yeah. But
make a note. You may want to jack off. Do it later.
yeah. But he knows that, but it's like there's no way to stop it. I think maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't happen.
It's a pendulum, so we're like swinging the one way. We'll eventually swing full Puritan again. We'll be in, like, you know, black cloaks, and women can't show their face again eventually. But, you know, as old men, we're always learning new things that frighten us and scare us. The new Weeknd album that you hated, Tom?
Yeah.
That song, Sao Paulo, you know, the lady sings in Brazilian for a good bit of the song.
Okay, all right.
It turns out, if you look up what she's saying, she's basically saying, fuck my face with your dick.
Okay, in Portuguese?
In Portuguese. and then a couple different variations of that and different things. Like, I want to fuck you, young man, or whatever. Like, just, she's basically saying, fuck my mouth with your dick.
Okay, all right.
And so that leads you to, like, this is a thing in Brazil. And apparently what The Weeknd is doing is a very tame version of a commonality in Brazil, where they make these songs that are basically like, fuck me in the pussy, fuck me in the, like,
really?
they're literally
like the chat room saying it's like Portuguese sex songs.
Just
Portuguese sex songs?
And the lyrics are literally just graphically saying what to do.
They're
and
and that's a popular thing?
Very popular. And so The Weeknd kind of like took it and made like a very tame version of it, where the lady's just saying simply, fuck me in the face in Portuguese.
The essence of the style. Like Jamaican, there's a whole sect of reggae and ska that is extra spicy.
Right.
Like talking about Mikak and Punani and like,
Dude,
and it's really gross, like cum flying everywhere.
That dance floor is like, the hips on that dance floor, dude, are fucking insane.
Yeah. And you gonna be lucky. Maybe Tommy will get into like Jamaican sex songs. I could love. He's standing there skinny. He's holding one of those big black beautiful mamas, and she's ram-assing him. You've seen those videos. They're like, yeah. They're like, and the ass is bouncing on some skinny man, and he's having the time of his life. That's Tommy. I want him to have that.
Yeah, he's not missing that dance class.
Yeah, he is not. Yeah, everybody be at that one.
It looks like it hurts, son.
It does hurt. It's a good kind of hurt.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good kind of hurt.
A little pleasure with the pain.
Let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, we'll cleanse our palate. Ross has a bag of tricks. He's got a hat.
I got no milk though.
The name of the actual artist is Common Saints. The name of the song is Honey. See, I told you. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time right after this. Hey, what's up? It's me, Jelly Roll, and you're listening to NPR. Now I'm going to go eat some boogers.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Dan. Ross and Tom here in. Or I think Ross is here. Well, where'd Ross go?
They make booger-flavored jelly beans. I mean, why not?
That's true. They did make booger-flavored jelly beans. He should just eat those. Yes. And then he's fine. Then no one would even pass any judgment on him.
Change your name to Jelly Bean.
What happened? Where's he been? He's been off the radar for a little bit. I feel like we haven't seen as many Jelly Roll alerts.
I think he did Kreischer's 5K that old
That's in
Segura
Tampa,
and
right?
Kreischer do.
That's a Tampa thing, right?
It's
Is it
coming to Tampa. I don't know if it either just happened this weekend or it's coming up.
Are
Because I
they,
know a bunch of comics are going to go run it to fucking getting it with the Bert Kreischer.
are they,
that'll work.
Right. Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
Do they move it? Was it wasn't it in like LA?
I think he did it in LA. I think it's around the country. I think it's some money making.
I mean, it
Yeah,
would be
yeah, yeah.
smart
Yeah.
to do that, right? It would be smart to do it on the same day at 40 different locations in every big city and then get the money from all of them.
Yeah, but people want to see Bert Kreischer
Correct.
there. So
Well,
he
you
has
just get
to-
other comedian friends, right?
Well-
You put Mark Norman in one city, you spread them all out.
You're better at this than Bert Kreischer, dude.
Well, no, you just got to go with who's local
Yeah,
in the area,
absolutely.
right?
I'm
So,
with
like
you.
Orlando would be Ross McCoy.
for sure.
Boom, that's our guy, and then you keep going from there,
Yeah.
and you just add them all.
And if you're a Kreischer, if you could, what's the standard fee for a 5K? It's
$250.
$250.
Oh, yeah.
And this one, usually it's like $30.
No, I'm going to say that this one it's got to be expensive.
You get a shirt.
No, you guys are thinking small. I'm thinking Disney Marathon, baby.
Yeah,
Jelly Roll's going to be there for Christ's
Yeah.
sake. It's worth $250. You get a medal. You get a Pour Osos, 2 Pour Osos drinks.
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
a free hat from Pour Osos. You get
you get a T-shirt,
a
the
meet and
bib.
greet. Hold on, let me see what it is.
You have to pay the company to track your times or whatever, which is not that expensive.
That's
though,
fun.
is it?
That's always fun, though, to know.
But you probably make a decent amount, and especially you could have a shit ton of people at a 5K. Like
Oh, yeah.
you can get
$90.
All right,
It's $90. They went too low. You should have done $250.
But that's like double what a 5K is. Like,
Yes, yeah.
There's like a small one I'll do that's like 25, and I think the corporate is like 50. The corporate 5K downtown, the big one.
yeah. I think Melissa's race 5K that I did last year in Sanford, that's coming up, and that's a charity 5K.
You gonna do it again?
I wanted to, but
Oh, you don't care anymore. That's right.
No, my goddamn foot! I just tripped. That's why I have this bandage on my.
I wasn't
goddamn
going to say
arm.
anything. Do you notice that?
Oh,
I
yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah.
I've been fighting that back for hours. I've been fighting. I want to talk
goddamn.
about his bandages so bad.
Oh, my
But-
stupid foot is getting worse. It's almost like that doctor was right. And I should stop.
I should not be laughing at that.
I'm proving
Are
wrong.
you going to take us through what you did, or do you not want to talk about it? 'Cause
Nah,
I was
nah,
not going to force this.
Nah,
Because
nah,
on
it's
Monday, he came in and there was
Unrelated.
blood everywhere in the studio.
Unrelated. Ross, so I
Yeah.
noticed you have a back.
Oh, all these guys out in the
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
room? You want to start bringing those guys in?
Yeah, you want to bring a guy in?
yeah.
Anything to not talk about the bandages.
So
Hey guys, how's it going? It's me. You know who I am, Tom Dan. We've never met. I'm Scarfs Toboggan. I'm the TomandDan.com overnight guy.
so Scarfs Toboggan.
That's right.
All right.
Hold on, that's a great name. I'm writing that down. Scarves.
So,
C-A-R-F,
you do Tom and Dan overnights.
You know, Tom. You're the one that hired me. I do overnights on TomandDan.com.
Well, it's a good way, and I stand by this, to start farming other talent out
Yeah.
there that wants to, cut their teeth
Get your
on
foot in the
talk
door.
radio.
Yeah.
Because it is all about reps, and the more reps you have, the better you'll be. And how are you going to know who's good unless you give people opportunity to get their reps?
Real opportunity.
So
They have to be able to talk.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I assume you guys are having me in to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of overnights on TomandDan.com, right?
Okay,
Is that what we're here for today?
I
forgot about that.
Yeah. The 10-year anniversary. I thought we've been doing this longer.
Yeah, you guys missed it by a couple years, but I figured we were just like catch up celebrating or
No,
whatever.
no,
Yeah.
That's
okay,
fair.
okay,
That's fair. And Earth Day birthday no longer around this year. Did you?
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
Earth Day
it's
birthday.
gone. It's gone. We could have done something.
I've told this story a million times on TomandDan.com overnights, but just to reiterate, Tom, you remember we met at Embers one night. You were hammered.
Okay, all right. That's how, when people come up to me and like, hey, you know who I am, right? We met when you were blacked out drunk years ago. And we're like, well, why? Is this a joke question? What the fuck? Hey, like, you saw how drunk I was. I can't remember anything once I'm that drunk. Anyway.
Yeah, you were pretty drunk, and you kept saying, the problem with radio is dead air. And the problem with podcasting is it's mostly dead air. And so you hired me to do overnights on TomandDan.com.
Yeah, the live element we are missing in podcasts.
We really do.
Exactly. You told me come in 1 to 4 every day, and that's what I've been doing. And I've been following your direct orders to play any song on YouTube with free to play in the title.
Yeah. And with live air, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, there is an unpredictable factor there.
Most of the time, no. Like
so boring.
98% of the time, nothing exciting
but
happens.
Occasionally.
Yeah. 2%.
Occasionally.
Then, you get a
just
call.
like milk, 2%.
Yeah, they're flying into the towers.
Yeah. You're like, I've been trading for that.
Once in a lifetime.
But it was a great name for my show, Live Air with Scarf's Toboggan. You nailed it with that
The
one.
name Scarf's Toboggan is Chef's Kiss. It's terrific.
Yeah. Well, the Scarf's, you don't want any
Never
more.
heard that first name either, Scarf. That's an interesting one. Scarfs. What is that? Is that Nordic? Is that...
It's Lithuanian.
Lithuanian.
Now, one day you will make the big monies like me and Dan.
Yes.
But I'm just, I'm just dangling that over your head.
Yeah, the carrot.
So you do as much free work as possible.
We're going to need you to do things that normally I would even do, but I'm passing them on to you so I can go and enjoy my money. Like, I don't know if you know this, but real radio hosts usually take even the things that they normally should be doing themselves.
Like show prep.
Like setting up the studio. Easy things. Sometimes even laundry or washing cars or small errands, and you give them to your overnight guy or somebody that's under you. And Tom's right. You dangle the carrot in front of them, and you make them think that at some point they're going to get what you get.
Yeah,
but that's never going to happen.
Well, I think we've been doing really good on the overnights, though. Like, I figured for the 10-year reunion, maybe we could check the numbers and see what we're doing. Like, how many listeners, Dan, are we getting on TomandDan.com overnights, like 1 to 4 in the morning?
Okay, let me check
Yeah.
here. Hold on. That is a 0.
Yeah. They've
That
been
is
doing it for
none.
nothing.
That is a 0.
Maybe maybe most of the numbers are in downloads. Check the download numbers are on the overnights, the 1 to 4 a.m. slot, TomandDan.com. The download numbers have got to be
persons or men or women.
Just all fine.
Persons.
Yeah, let's just get a general.
All right, under people.
Yeah, all people.
So 0 again.
Now the reps are the same, Toboggan. You see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't
His
matter
name is
who.
Scarf. This guy's brain dead.
Yeah.
This guy called you Toboggan.
Well, it's just like the VR, like shooting a virtual zombie is damn near the same as shooting a real zombie in real life.
Especially since they don't exist. So I would give it a
You're aiming, you see their head explode. It's basically in your brain the same.
Now I get, I know we're new media, but maybe the TomandDan.com of it all is the old media. Maybe check my TikTok numbers, throw in my YouTube numbers. Let's see, I don't know, or any other apps that got me on.
TikTok's not listed. Instagram's here. It's 0. Meta 0. It's all 0.
Yeah. Snapchat, we have one.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
Have you guys been promoting me at all? Have you told anybody about old scarves on the overnights?
Yeah.
We like for people to find it organically.
The hosts forget about the people that work for them for free.
That's true.
And you've been doing something for years, and we're like, oh shit, I'm too consumed about myself.
When Russ and Savannah would call me drunk from their boat, and I was doing Monster Best Of, I wanted to kill myself. They forgot I was even running it. Oh, it made me so sad.
I guess I could just ask your listeners right now. Tune in TomandDan.com 1 to 4 in the morning, every morning, 7 days a week. Old Scarves will be there for you, and give me a call.
There you go.
If you any video with free to play in the title, send it to me. We'll play it. The request line, TomandDan.com live.
Scarves Toboggan.
Now, thank you, Scarves. But so could you imagine?
Oh, he
this
fell
happened,
through a trap door. Oh, there he goes. Wow, where'd he go?
This never happened to me, and then the show I work for with the washing your car and getting your laundry and shit. I never did that.
No, you wouldn't do that. I was too much of a dickhead to ever do that for anybody.
I would have done it if someone like, hey, go get my laundry. I would have done it.
No, I take that back. I did it for Ed Till slightly. a little bit because I was brand new.
But there were people that did, and could you imagine you're like a host and then you're making the intern wash your car outside, like and you not feel bad about it? Like, do you justify it as like a Mr. Miyagi? Like, this will be good for him. He'll learn.
No,
the
you don't
hardship.
care. I mean, Linda Bird used to have a buddy of ours that had a job, and she would.
Come on, don't talk about it.
It's true. She would have him, and he had a professional job, working in working in the web department. He was the videographer. And she would have him go and film her son's soccer game for free.
I like that part of it.
I knew you would. I knew you would like that. But it's a complete
because he
bullshit.
No, he's learning how to be
yeah,
better
filming it. The slaves learned English. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You're giving him reps to film your kid's game.
He's already got the reps. He's got a professional job. That's why he got hired. It's like saying Spielberg needed the reps.
Hey guys, it's me, Skippy. I'm back, Mr. Van, with your band-aids that fit.
All right, Skippy. I thought Skippy
Why do you
was
have
gone.
such dumpy Band-Aids? You have big balloony Band-Aids.
Because that's all we had in our drawer.
That one's for people that have. That's for people with leukemia or surgery. What is that? You shouldn't even have that.
He told me he found him outside on the sidewalk. He needed some good Band-Aids. He sent me to Publix. I'm back with
You
his Band-Aids.
shouldn't have that one Band-Aid. That's a medical Band-Aid.
Yeah, that's all we had in our goddamn drawer. There's just 5 boxes of different assortments of Band-Aids that are 20 years old, and there's never the right size. And I'm like, just buy some Band-Aids on Amazon. I was telling Crystal, she's like, we got a whole drawer. But I'm like, we used all the ones that are regular.
But there's only one old man falling down.
All the regular wound size have been taken.
Yeah, if Grandma doesn't buy a box of Band-Aids for Grandpa, good Lord. I'm the one with the cane, man. You can't fall down.
Anyways, how you doing?
Do you want me to send it to the next? Do you want me to send it to the next guy? They're eating all the snacks in the green room.
Oh my God, get him out of there. All right, send it to somebody else.
All right.
I hate Vaultfield.
Oh, I know who this is. This is the hold on. This is
the
Safe Touch guys?
The Safe Touch band.
Hate Vaultfield.
Oh wait, this is the Safe Touch competitor Vaultfield.
My name's Marvin, and I hate Vaultfield. You probably do remember me from commercials I used to make with my partner Mamer.
Oh right,
He's
We
going
hate Vaultfield.
He's going real deep on this. I don't know if I can decipher this.
What are you saying?
Vaultfield.
Vaultfield. Okay, so
Safe Touch Vault. What is Vaultfield?
I hate Vaultfield. They're a local company that protects houses from burglars like me and my friend Mamer.
Now you're familiar with the Safe Touch.
The what now?
It's another security company called Safe Touch.
I probably don't like them either, but I hate Vaultfield.
I get it now. I get it. It's safe equals vault. Okay, at touch equals feel. We got there. Okay. Oh my God, that hurt, and I love it. That's my favorite one you've ever done.
I hate them. They are responsible. My best friend Mamer got sent to prison because of Vaultfield.
Now
the Mamer part I can't figure out, but I'll get there. I will get there.
Now you realize
they had really bad names in the commercial.
At this point, no one will. Safe Touch will never advertise with us. I think. I still kind of hold out.
Touch.
I know. Yeah. Me
I'm
too.
Lester Jackson. Hey.
And if they do advertise, you'll hear the commercials.
Yeah.
You'll know that we still use them.
I'll put this out there because now we're just honest about stuff. Precision Garage Door is advertising with Real Radio, and you're wasting your money. It's too much money.
No, come on.
You come back to
stop.
us. You come back to us.
I don't want to
come back.
deal with that.
I
Anyway.
hate Vaultfield.
That'll help.
They sent Mamer to jail where he was murdered.
They paid a marketing agency in upwards, I would say, of 50,000 plus. Okay, you understand?
Do you mean for the concept of that?
Yeah,
we used to do this
for producing those commercials
this.
And like the concept and everything. Like,
we did this for that carpet company.
Do you realize? But no, I mean for pennies on the dollar.
No, I know, but it was the same thing.
But do you realize how much money these giant corporations pay these marketing agencies to come up with dumb bullshit? Like 2 bandits screaming, "I hate Safe Touch."
I hate Vaultfield.
I do like that. I hate Vaultfield.
You think that's worth $50,000? I mean, fucking
Vaultfield.
Anybody could have thought of that. It's the same shit. You think that's stupid? That's the same shit. And even to record that commercial, the voice, like me and Daniel could have done that for $500.
Now, what do you think? Because I know everyone.
$50,000 they paid.
What do you think the British lady that does the Frank Gay commercials? What do you think she makes?
Oh, man, $50,000.
I bet it might be more.
And no, I work with a lot of marketing agencies, and I.
Is this where you go?
appreciate
They're
what
all
you-
shit.
No. I appreciate what you do, and I would like you to funnel the money to us. Thank you very much. But I will say when someone shows me a concept of a marketing, plan, and like, oh, we're gonna produce these commercials, it's these two bandits and whatever, and I'm like, that can't be worth what they paid for it. That's insane. AI could have done that.
Yeah, but there was no
Free.
AI. Like, see, that's a new thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, but that is and
watch out.
And I don't. I mean, there is that going on, but I don't think it goes that fast. I think a lot of these companies are still buying. Like, there'll be brand new Safe Touch ads that sound just like that.
No,
next
I know.
year.
Well,
that's not going to change. That'll be around until that company's gone. I bet.
If I'm Mr. Touch.
You are, and it's the worst
no
name
fucking
to have.
way.
Yeah, that's his
how
name.
much are we paying for this shit?
That's his name on Gorilla Tag when he's watching porno with his sons. He's Mr. Touch.
Like, you're gonna pay $50,000 for them to come up and voice two burglars. I hate that.
Well, what do you think the duck?
I mean,
what do you think the quack duck? What the
Affleck
duck?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
he worth?
Yeah. I mean,
More than that? More than
No, I
TikTok?
know. Yeah, all that shit is be dead, right? Like, there's no
Have
way.
you seen that? Remember
You're
when
gonna pay tens of thousands of dollars for a goddamn duck to say Affleck? No, fuck that.
Remember when we had the meeting with DBK? They're like a construction company around here. Their mascot is that big. It must be one of their owners. It's like a balding fat guy in a super suit.
Yeah.
And he's everywhere. But like, what do you think that was worth? I mean, it's just a brand. So in a weird way, like, you can't argue that it's not worth that because they've made more money off of those commercials than they ever put in for those Safe Touch burglars.
But did they? Because yes, and then another marketing person will tell me, "Oh yeah, but you remembered it. Ross remembered it enough to parody it in a show, and then that is advertising."
And
right?
people thought I was the voice of it for years.
Yeah, and I'm like, I remembered it because you played it 10,000 times because you bought a schedule. And like, I didn't remember it because I thought, like, oh, that's good and brilliant, or that's no, that makes me like, oh, those are real burglars.
Well, but I mean, like, you're doing the like.
How did this sell me a Safe Touch system?
You're just, but like,
I do use it.
You can't just dismiss everything, right? Like, at some
I
point,
can't
you
dismiss
can't.
everything.
No, you can't just like.
I love dismissing
I know you might
everything.
think that I remember this because it's brilliant, but it's not. You just played it to the like. Why do you always have to be right? Fucking A, man. It's like it's maddening.
All right, and then Mamer can't pay back.
It's maddening.
Mamer can't pay back his Pop-Tarts. He gets shanked by a guy named Big Swole. So that's that. That's that one.
Sorry. Next one.
Hey, it's me, Scarf Sabat. Gonna get.
Oh my God, he's back.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into the Silverfish Man cinematic universe. What do you say?
Yeah, I like this. Now,
Hey,
he's here. Okay.
Okay.
Dan, it's me, the Exterminator.
Oh, it's got to be the Silverfish's archenemy.
I'm here to issue a challenge to Silverfish Man.
I'll say this is one of your better voices.
You, Silverfish Man, you created me. I was in the library taking a pleasant nap when you came up and slammed a book down on the table I was sleeping on. That book, Exterminating for Dummies. The biggest mistake you ever made. Meet me Saturday at midnight on top of the library to finish this once and for all, or I will kill every bug in Orlando.
Do you know where these are going when you start them? Because I floated away there for a second and I very much enjoyed it.
That's just as good as the Safe Touch commercial. I'm just saying, Ross just did it for free. That's all I'm saying. They paid $50,000 for that. You see what I'm saying?
I'll meet him on the top of the library.
It's the same shit. It's just Ross could come up with millions of these. It's just as good.
Probably more than millions.
Yeah, it's just as good. Oh, sorry.
All right, that's my ultimatum, Silverfish Man. Meet me at the library at midnight, or I will exterminate every bug in Orlando.
That's a good voice while you're bullshitting. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Also, Silverfish is secretly a scary-looking bug.
It's like those caterpillars that have the mohawks that are back.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk
yeah.
about them last week. There's some bugs and some insects that just look unfortunate, and the silverfish, it's because it has a prong in the front.
Yeah, a big chopper.
And it has
front.
a chopper on its tail.
Oh yeah, the
It's got a
chopper's on
double
its
chopper.
tail.
It's got a chopper on the front and a chopper on the back.
Yeah.
I don't trust when you got a chopper ass. I don't trust you as a bug.
And you're long and skinny.
Yes,
like
and
a snake.
and then when I touch
Should
you,
be a
you
silver
turn,
snake.
I touch you turn to dust.
Yeah.
What is that? Magic? That's magic.
It should have been a silver chopper snake. Right? Like,
Write that down.
That's better than a silver fish. It looks nothing like a fish.
Yeah.
Silverfish. Silverfish are no match for a centipede.
Okay,
Hold on. Centipede man. Is it
Yes.
centipede man or the centipede?
Centipede, thank you.
Okay, all right.
Oh, he's surly. I like centipede.
It's another insect character.
Oh, this is the Silverfish cinematic universe.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah,
said that.
Little does the exterminator know he's playing right into my legs.
Okay, that was good. Look how happy Ross is. Right into his legs. I like that one. I like that. Did that make you the happiest you've been in 20 years, right?
My centipedes are stationed safely throughout the city, waiting for the exterminator to kill all the other bugs.
You know what I'm getting a little bit here, and hopefully you feel this compliment. The chat room said it too. The Monarch from Venture Brothers and a little bit of Skeletor. Little bit of Skeletor.
How many things you have written down? You have a fucking,
I mean, it looks.
Yeah, you have a goddamn.
Hold it up so people can see how crazy you are.
Yeah, you have like a Abraham Lincoln amount of papers on you, around you. You're writing all these things. How many things have you written down?
Do you do these with your wife is around? Is your wife like working at her desk and and then they're doing some architecture and then are you doing them in your mind? Or are you doing them audibly?
All right.
Oh, there's another one. I think there's a new guy.
All right, sorry.
Just prepare to face my wrath, Orlando. A number of centipedes in your future, and some pill bugs.
You don't see that many centipedes around.
Not in Florida. No.
Yeah.
You know what you do see in Orlando that I would imagine will make its way into the cinematic universe at some point is roly-polies.
Yeah.
Florida loves some roly-polies. And when I was a young boy, I also, too, loved roly-polies.
And you see love bugs everywhere when it's love bug season. And,
Yeah, what's up with the love
Hey,
bugs?
it's me, Skippy. You know those caterpillars you were talking about, Dan? Apparently that's like a 5 to 7 year event. Did you know about that? Like the cicadas.
The mohawk caterpillars?
Yeah.
They sting the shit out of you, right?
I had one land on my shoulder one time, and it crawled around the back of my back to my other side of my neck, and I brushed it off. And about 5 minutes later, a red trail of fury everywhere.
Have you ever been bitten by one, dude?
Absolutely.
I remember touching them as a kid.
It'll
And be
make
like,
it's legitimately like one of those things where you're like, nah. Like, I have a high pain tolerance. At least I thought I did until this hip deal. And those things are like, it's kind of like a horsefly. You remember like when you be in a pool and get bit by a horsefly and you'd be like, God damn! And it's like a...
But it goes away fast.
This does not.
Doesn't.
This
it lasts
does not.
a long fucking time.
This lasts for a very long fucking time. The horsefly does
right.
go away pretty quick. But.
So every 5 years they like hatch out of the earth or something?
Yeah, come out, eat a bunch of stuff, and then lay eggs.
And why do they have mohawks?
The better to fuck up your skin with.
I remember even as a young kid, like
Self-defense.
looking at them, I'm like, those things look like punk rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably because birds don't eat them or whatever, some self-defense.
Stupid birds.
Yeah. And the animals that come out like cicadas or whatever, even cicadas are here all the time, it seems like they're once a year, I guess, but like once every multiple years, and then they just hatch and then they go and mate. They don't even have stomachs or whatever, like their only life purpose from the egg is to mate and then lay more eggs for 5 more years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, what a waste of your life.
Yeah. But you don't know that, so I mean, you're just kind of...
Yeah.
We were supposed to have the cicada in today, and he couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah. He's still hibernating. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's me, old man.
No.
Okay, hold on. I've been waiting for this character.
Just an old man.
Is this just a
That's
generic
right.
old man?
I'm an old man. Back in my day, all good music was from Seattle. They were dirty, and it was called grunge.
Oh, okay, all right. So you're an old man now, but really not that. You're our age.
Back in my day, Bill Clinton was president.
Okay,
The whole time.
All right. You're referencing the 90s.
We listened to music on CDs.
So this is slightly old man.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess not
Nope,
necessarily.
I'm an old man. That's the
New
point of it.
old man. New old man?
Yeah, I guess that is. You're making a lot of people sad.
Back in my
Old
day,
man.
everything was extreme. Sports, foods, television shows. It was all extreme.
Even the band. Yeah, even the band. You know, the chat room, I love it when people just pop in and they're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, they don't understand. Like, they don't get it. They're like, what are they doing?
Back in my day, we couldn't stop watching the OJ trial.
Okay, all right.
Wow. My dad was pretty glued to the OJ trial. And the whole police chase happened on my birthday.
Was that the biggest televised trial of that entire
Yes.
20-year span? Was there anything
Back in my day, we had a little bit of time for Kevorkian, but it was mostly all OJ.
Oh, yeah. Kevorkian was good, too.
Yeah, but people didn't stop what they're doing to hear the Kevorkian verdict, right?
No.
Not like OJ. They read that shit in my middle school, where they told us they're like everybody.
Why? So you could have a riot or something? Why would you do
No,
that?
they we were in the auditorium and they're like, calm down, they're about to read the OJ verdict, and then they read it.
Not guilty.
Yeah.
Tom, if you want to take the character over, just say back in my day, they read the OJ verdict in middle school, and you're right on.
And then people cheered. Like, it was half and half.
Yeah.
It was more. Actually, in Miami, it was more than half.
Yeah. We did not get an announcement.
Yeah. All the whites were afraid to boo. I looked around and I was like, there was me.
But they were booing in their minds.
Yeah. I think most people cheered. Like,
Yeah. But that's the disruptor aspect
all the whites
of school,
were like, we're
right?
gonna stay quiet.
Like, the disruptor aspect of school was that if anything happened, like if the principal got up there and he's on his microphone, he's like, okay, yay! It got all messed up. Everybody go, yay! You're getting fucked. You know, like everybody so going, yay! It's falling apart.
Also, we didn't even follow it. The Vans didn't follow any of them.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even know. So I thought everybody wanted him to be free. Like, I didn't know he was actually guilty.
You're like, yay!
I just, Anyways,
Back in my day, we loved Surge Soda.
Oh,
man, my favorite Surge Story soda, and I've only told it a couple times, but was when Ed Till talked about Surge Soda and Pepsi. That was a Pepsi. No, it was a Coke product. Coke had put it in to put Mountain Dew out to pasture. It was also their newer derivative of Mellow Yellow, which is another Coke product.
Yeah.
And Ed Till went in the air and said, "Look at that! It's gonorrhea green." And they dropped the buy, and it was like $100,000.
Oh, really?
It was huge, and I had to scramble to pull tapes and make mistakes and clean up his mistakes. This is before you had anything digital. I was throwing DAT tapes in the trash. I was pulling them out to ruin them, stretching the tapes because we had just lost a major Real Radio client, dude, big Coke, big Coke buy.
Dan, if you want to take over the character, say
back in my day. Sorry,
and tape it together.
Yeah, sorry.
And that was when your competitors would the advertiser never hears it. The competitors go back and somehow
they pull it.
They record their competitors' audio at all times in case they have some ammo they use to try to ruin your sponsor. Like, that shit went on back in the day, especially the late 90s.
Back in my day, we used to get on AOL on our neon Apple computers.
You know, there are people that no, I don't need to say it. This is just an aside. People collect those colorful Apple computers, and they go for big money now because there are people that want to collect them all. Every single one of them.
I like the see-through ones where you're like, oh, look what it's doing. Nothing. There's no moving parts, so why is it see-through?
Like the fossil watches. It's like, oh, I can see it going. My dad's like, oh, your fossil watch. Oh, I can see it tick-tocking. Great.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. I knew there was some sort of diode.
Chat room called out clear pagers. Anyone have a clear pager?
No, yeah. I had one.
Yep.
Mine was clear, blue tint.
I had a light blue clear.
Anyway.
Let me see if I can cram all in one more.
Back in my day, we used to watch good TV like Beavis and Butthead and Star Trek: The Next Generation.
People still say that.
And movies like Cool World. When we weren't playing our N64s or watching news about Lorena Bobbitt and Tanya Harding.
People still say that stuff. Like pretty much like the games and movies, you nailed it.
Yeah. The Cool World, I mean, everybody knows the legend of Cool World. With me, it affected my sexuality.
Yeah, this guy got him off a horse cocks and it got him to, right? That's what got you off a horse cock.
I still, like, when they cartoon porn and when they advertise that sometime. And
I'm in. If I see Hollywood, I'm ready.
I'm like, whoa. Like, like it's still, I don't think.
That's why you watch the hentai with your boys, right?
This next guy, he's more of a bit than a guy.
Okay.
This is Hagrid. If Harry Potter took place in Alabama.
No. You're a wizard, Harry. Here's your robe and pointy hat.
All right, let's go to wizard school. Yeah, you go to a special school for wizards now, so you don't have to mingle with them non-wizards. We got a special name for non-wizards, by the way. We call them muggles with a hard L. Harry, you're an orphan, so you have no way of knowing this, but it's super important. Both of your parents were pure-blooded wizards.
When you put it this way, it does sound very,
and you're a pure-blooded wizard, too, Harry. We got a name for them wizards that mix with them muggles. We call them mudbloods with an even harder L.
Oh, my God. They do say all of this, don't they?
All right, Harry, we got to go catch the train to wizard school. And believe you me, boy, in wizard world, the trains run on time. We got to get there. There's a special hat that's going to sort you all into, houses by racial archetypes. Let's go, Harry.
I support that.
And then same thing for Star Wars is.
So you kissed your sister in that Ewok village?
Yeah, and then you just go up. Yeah, I like that.
Also, if your name is Harry, I mean, you have a statistical likelihood of probably,
Harold.
leaning towards
Whiteout?
Yeah. Being racist in some way.
At least now. I mean, like back in the day, maybe, when it was an older name.
We screwed that up, Harry Styles, so which is not racist at all.
No. He's a very progressive, pearl-wearing young man.
He's just too white for the name?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Not too many Harrys. Any young Harrys?
That's an old name. That's like a Ruth for men.
Yeah. I don't know, sorry.
It's all Cody's now. There's
Yeah, not a lot of those.
Yeah. And Aaron's?
Not a lot of errands.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That's it.
Want to get out of here? Should we get out of here?
Yeah.
You want to plug some stuff and get out? What are we going to plug?
Well, Ross, where are you going to be at, Ross?
Oh, shit. Next month, May, is What Do You Want From Us Fest month.
Nice.
We're just doing 2 weekends back to back. That's all. The 24th at the Bull and Bush, Amy LaCour, who you know from Tom and Dan.
We love her.
Caleb Davis and Preston Kavanaugh, two of our finest newest comedians. It's 524 at the Bull and Bush. What Do You Want From Us? And then the 31st, we're back at, what's that coffee house? Fucking Framework. On Mills. We got Eric Feeling, Madison Bakich, and Shaw Smith on that show. So back to back.
Shit.
Yeah, it's going to be two.
Shaw Smith's wild.
It's going to be 2 wild back to back weekends of What Do You Want From Us? The 24th at the Bull and Bush, and then the 31st at Framework Coffee.
It's very cool to see those shows expanding and getting more and more love.
It's
very cool.
the funnest show. Every time we do it, it's so fucking fun. The audience always loves it, and we have a great time doing it.
Framework's a good little spot. Like, it's very intimate and cool. Not a bad seat in the house.
Bull and Bush is pretty fucking tits, too.
Bull and Bush was the original place. That's the place I prefer to see it, really. But they're both shows
such
are
a good
phenomenal.
room for comedy. I know they didn't build it for comedy or nothing, but it is the perfect comedy room. It's so good.
So we'll be doing the BDM show on Tuesday.
Yep.
Hopefully I'll have some New York City stories for you guys.
I think you're gonna have a blast. Anything that you want to see other than Ricky? Are there any you're not known for sightseeing? You're more of a nature sightseeing man.
Statue of Liberty, the World Trade Center. We're doing all that stuff.
Yeah. We're doing the 9/11 memorial, but in all the tour stuff, we're staying near Times Square.
The 9/11 thing was an inside job.
How did?
It was a controlled. They brought down the second tower. It was all controlled.
Back in my day.
Tracy did told me that at midnight at Times Square, they just do some sort of show with all the TVs on the buildings. And it's only at midnight.
Oh, that's cool.
And so
all the homeless people pissed to it.
We're gonna walk, and then we're going to the Museum of Natural History. That's next.
So hold on, pause. Kids,
wake up. We're going outside to watch TV.
They're going to really hate you at midnight? Yeah.
Yeah. And
You're going to History Museum.
also, it's going to be weird. Like at midnight, Times Square, it's bustling. Things it's going to be weird that there's so much going. You go midnight
cool.
at Castleberry, and just the coyotes are out.
Are you guys going to do that portal thing?
Sometimes you could hear some of the bums finger fucking at Buffalo Wild Wings up the street.
What's the portal?
They put up this thing that it's like a giant screen and it's got a camera on top.
Oh yeah,
and it shows you a live view of Ireland, and then Irish people come and flick you off.
Yeah. They show you.
And you
tits,
watch
so
it there in New York. Yeah.
I'll get Crystal to show their tits to some Irish people.
Oh yeah. Look at those big Florida tits, right?
But we're going to the Hayden Planetarium. That's
Hayden Panettiere from Heroes.
Hayden Planetarium.
Oh, yeah. The Hayden Panettiere. Yeah, she's hot as fuck. Is she bad?
She loves dolphins.
Yeah. Oh, she did. She tried to save him. She's out there on the paddleboard. The Japanese are stabbing them good. She's like, stop.
I thought you smoked a bunch of weed and then they did a laser show on Hayden Panettiere.
I'd watch it. She's easy on the eyes.
We're going there because I hope to see Neil deGrasse Tyson like doing work somewhere.
And then what are you going? Neil.
Yeah. He just walks around like a normal guy. So I'm gonna go and tell him what.
Neil, look at my baggy bandages.
Talk to him about space.
Do you think they have baggy bandages in this place, Neil?
And hey guys, it is me, Ram Davesy. I'm here just for a minute. Just have a few minutes to spend with you. I did want to let you know. Hopefully, you've acquired your boat. Hopefully, you've filled it with gold. I did just want to let you know that in the next few coming weeks, the world is going to end by water. This is you guys didn't know the secret teachings of Ram Davesy. It has been building to crescendo, and the world will end by water. You better have your boat. You better have it full of gold. You better be prepared.
You know why I believe him? Because look how rough that hat's looking. Holy smokes, Ram! I gotta buy you a new hat.
I have been through a number of trials trying to get ready for the coming weeks, the preparations.
You look like you've been working your ass off.
If you have been doing what you're supposed to do, I will see you on high sea, and we will exchange gold at some point in the near future.
Okay.
Now, Ram, I do have a boat, just like you said. Yeah,
Good.
It's running good. You were just on it. It's running great.
Yeah. So, but I
Enough
need
gold to sleep on it.
It seems I need the water to come slow because if it comes in a tsunami-like nature, my boat will not make it through that. You see what I'm saying?
Small boat.
Like I've seen
Perfect Storm.
No, but the when you remember the
Like an old man when he's swamping his boat.
No, I was about to say Drop Zone. The fucking Impact.
Operation Dumbo Drop with Dennis Leary?
It was the asteroid movie Impact.
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. The tsunami that is created by that.
You're not getting out of that.
Comes at the speed of sound and just annihilates the old man and the daughter. Like my boat.
What it would do is it would you'd be on the surface and that it's like a string and it would literally just get to you and it would just whip you into the stars.
And then I thought about this. If it comes just by rain, that's a slope. My boat will just slowly rise, right? But then as others without boats realize that I'm going to be surviving and then I'm going to be just fighting them off continuously, all the non-boat owners are going to be climbing on me, shooting them, running a bullets.
Well, you're killing a lot of humans.
They'll be swarming my boat, and then
they'll eventually wear you down.
Yeah.
Did you prepare your boat with the emergency helium balloon to fly away from that?
No, you're goddamn.
Did you finish the book, Tom? It's all very clearly laid out in the book.
The last 6 chapters are inflating the balloon.
It's mostly how to acquire the helium.
I forgot about the end of the world helium balloon.
Yeah,
they always have that.
Very crucial, Tom. Crucial. Yeah, camera steps.
Like Waterworld.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's how you get away.
Yeah.
My wife's favorite movie, Waterworld.
All right, boys, I got to go. I'm going to talk to this old man about the 90s for a little while.
Okay, see you, Ram.
Did you need an old man and a dinghy measuring the oil continuously down there? I feel like you could have just opened the hatch and been like, all right, or have a stick. Put a stick
Most
down
people
there.
do have a stick.
Yeah, you have an old man with no clothes on and a dinghy.
It's a naked old man.
That motherfucker is going to make some mistakes and or kill himself and then blow the whole ship up. Just have a stick. Anyways, all right. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here.
One less job for some naked old man.
As a future old man.
This Doge over here is eliminating all of the jobs. He's like, what's our naked man down there checking the yard? Get him the fuck out of here. We could use a stick. I'll save you a lot of money.
Put a long stick and then measure it, and you're like, all right, there's this much oil left. The old man is going to fucking die down there. We have
Somebody
to
to talk to occagetally. Just push him in the oil.
Anyway.
Just call in 1-800-TOM-AND-DAN and let Tom know what your job is, and he'll explain how a stick could do it.
That's pretty funny.
You're fucking yelling at an old man down there who's going crazy. He'd die of the fumes. Anyway,
What are you, an accountant? That's basically a pencil. That's a stick. A stick.
All right, guys.
Guys, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Any other stuff? Again, if you ever have any issues with your 1095s, T-shirts, any of that stuff, because we are getting out of BDM appreciation, show at tomanddan.com. I can get you patched up.
And Eric will have those up next week.
Yep.
We have brand new Tom and Dan shirts that we haven't released new merchandise in a while, and we will be selling some leftover $5 BDM shirts, but they will be $10. Just because you got to get in early.
Yeah, we got to afford the old man we have in our bathroom that's checking our oil. He's naked. Yeah, and I love him. I think he's a sweet old man. So, all right, guys.
We'll see you next week.